15 seconds. Five, stand by. And go. From the Hatchet House in Washington, welcome back to Hatchet Basketball on Memories 107.9 and worldwide at WAMWAMFM.com. We're everywhere tonight as we want to thank the Washington High School Radio TV class. They are also providing the live stream for tonight's game. If you go to YouTube and search WHSH Broadcasting, you can watch the game live if you're not fortunate enough to be with us here in person tonight. And actually, I don't know if there's anybody left, Kyle Cornelius says, from both sides of the county, east to west. We're full here tonight at the Hatchet House.
Davis County well represented tonight, Dwayne.
You know, we talk about it, but it's not just Davies County. I think people come from, I don't know, hundreds of miles away. Of course, we've got the alumni back to watch the big game tonight at their alma mater as well from both schools. But it's 5,000 strong, easy here tonight.
Very much so, and there's nothing better than this time of year. This night is always special, both as a player, a coach, and a fan. Everyone looks forward to tonight.
Well, the Prescription for Success is brought to you by the Prescription Shop, your hometown pharmacy on State Street in Washington. Kyle Cornelius, let's step out and talk about the key to a Hatchet victory here tonight.
Well, the big thing is they're going to have to defend the basketball. Barr, very experienced, like we said, good shooters, good inside-outside game. Defense is going to be a big role. And then the second thing for the Hatchets is finding the scoring opportunities. Last year they struggled a little bit at times during games of scoring the basketball. They're going to have to score tonight if they're going to want to pull off the upset victory, I would call it, against the Barr Vikings.
Coach mentioned Hunter Killian. He beefed up quite a bit in the offseason. He's about 6'7", 230 easy down there, Kyle.
Very solid.
But you look on the other side, Keegan O'Neal, 6'8", probably 250. So he's got his work cut out for him tonight.
Tonight, the inside's going to be a battle. No question about it.
Bryce Browning there to help out. Trey Reeve, the sophomore back. He played all of his freshman year last year. Grant Niehaus had a tremendous outing in the scrimmage, and Coach spoke highly of Grant and his scrimmage debut, or not debut, but his scrimmage game with the Hatchets on Saturday.
Yeah, I heard he shot the ball very well. We're going to need Grant to do that from the outside for sure. Hopefully help out Bryce and Hunter Killian in the post. If you have some outside scoring, that'll free them up on the inside, and hopefully we'll have a good inside-outside attack this year.
We say greetings to Dave Crooks, of course, the always listening Hatchet, who brought you these games many, many years, and he is with us in spirit tonight and promised me he'd be listening online this evening up in his hometown now in Brazil, Indiana. So greetings to Dave. We'll try to make you proud.
I miss him. I miss you,
miss
Dave.
him because he fronted for the meals on the road trips.
He did buy a lot. I'm waiting on him to give that card down to you. But
leave me the credit card for road trips. It's Dutch treat on road trips for Kyle and I.
Boy, you really called me out there.
Pre-game coverage brought to you tonight by Shelter Insurance. John Gear, your shelter insurance agent at the Caution Light Business 50 Meridian of Washington, and by Boyd & Sons Machinery. Boyd & Sons Machinery, a proud sponsor of Davies County athletes. All right, our starting lineups tonight presented by Boyd Grain. Boyd Grain always proud to support area athletes, both from Washington and Barr Reeve and all of Davies County. We'll start with the visitors from Barr Reeve. At one guard, a 6'1" senior, number 10, Gabe Gladish. At guard, a 6'1" senior, number 12, Isaac Wagler. Rounding out the three-guard front is a 6'3" sophomore, Bryson Graber. Forward is a 6'6" senior, number 32, Austin Ainscoe. And, of course, the big man in the middle, 6'8" junior, number 50, Keegan O'Neal. Barr Vikings under new head coach Josh Thompson in his first year taking over the program, getting his feet wet with the Barr program here tonight. But certainly a veteran coach who's been around the game for many, many years and eager to get his coaching career started at Barr. Over now to the Washington Hatchets. They'll start at one guard, 6' senior, number 3, Tyson Wright. The other guard is a 6'2" junior, number 4, Grant Niehaus. At forward, 6'5" sophomore, number 30, Trey Reeve. At forward, number 32, 6'4" senior, Bryce Browning. And working the middle for Washington, 6'7", senior number 50, Hunter Killian. The Hatchets under Hall of Fame head coach Gene Miller. Washington JV lost in the preliminary matchup, falling to Barr Reeve 64-38 in the JV contest. So the Hatchet varsity hopes to avenge that earlier loss. Kyle, here we go. All the hoopla, all the build-up, we've done all we can do. Now it's time to put the round ball on the court and play some basketball.
Let's get it on.
Gonna be a good one tonight. Again, great to see everybody here. Great to have you listening wherever you may be tuning in tonight. We'd love to hear from you if you're online all across the country. Shoot us an email at wamwamfm.com. Jumping center, Austin Ainscoe going face-to-face with Hunter Killian for the Hatchets. There's the opening whistle. Ball at midcourt, and the tip controlled by the Hatchets. We're underway for the 2018-19 boys basketball season. Tyson Wright, running point, calls out the play, hands off to Trey Reeve. Reed one-on-one with Bryson Graber, hands it to Grant Niehaus. Niehaus off to Hunter Killian. Killian in the paint, kicks it out to Niehaus, over now to Browning, now to Wright. The Hatchet's looking for a good shot. It's Grant Niehaus, too strong on the three ball. Weak side board controlled by Isaac Wagler and the Vikings. So the Hatchets have the opening possession, couldn't put it through. Let's see what Barr Reeve does here. They're right to left on your radio dial. At the top, Austin Ainscoe kicks it over to Graber. Bryson Graber tries for three. He's no good. Offensive rebound to Isaac Wagler, and he tries a behind-the-back pass, and it sails out of bounds to Washington. So a turnover there for the Vikings, and the Hatchets have it back. Just a minute gone in the first quarter. Still scoreless right now. Both teams sizing each other up, Kyle.
Yeah, feeling each other out. Little nervous. That's out of both teams, I think. There's a pick and roll.
Hunter Killian blocks by Ainscoe underneath, and now on the rebound, it's a jump ball. Tied up, the arrow points to Barr Reeve, and the Vikings get it. Boy, Hunter had a good look there. Nice defensive stop there by Ainscoe.
It's great offensive set there by the Hatchets. Pick and roll, Hunter wide open. The help side defense came over and stopped him at the rim. A good offense by Washington.
Graber broke free and just laid it in. Boy, nice job by Graber there. Nobody there to stop him. The breakdown on defense, and the Vikings have the first points, 2-0. Trey Reed tries to match on the other side. His jumper is around the rim, no good. Rebound to Ainscoe, and here comes the Vikings. Graber quickly up the floor, hands it off to Isaac Wagler. Now it goes to Gabe Gladish. Gabe's got that three-point ability. You cannot leave him unmatched out at the three-point line. He'll make you pay. And as I say that, he launches one and drains it. Boy, did I call that or what?
Yes, you did. I heard in his scrimmage, shot the ball very well. 8 out of 10 from three. And they
guy is money from the three-point arc. It's 5-0 in favor of the Vikings. Bryce Browning tries for three and can't get it. Rebound to Wagler and the Vikings. Barr Reeve starting to pull away here in the opening period. They lead by 5. Isaac Wagler to O'Neal, and now to Bryson Graber, and he'll hand off to Gabe Gladish. Gabe will set the offense at the center circle. Tonight's game coverage on WAMW brought to you by your neighborhood Chuckles convenience stores. Brighten up your day with a trip to Chuckles. Almost a stop there as Bryce Browning made a nice defensive effort, but couldn't get the ball. The Vikings hang on. There's a drive to the hoop by Gladish. Kick out to Ainscoe. Ainscoe almost lost the handle. He hangs on. Now Keegan O'Neal almost lost it, but he grabbed it before it sailed out of bounds. So
a little shaky.
Sticky defense by Washington, but credit the Vikings. They're able to maintain. They look into the big man O'Neal. Now back out to Graber, and Bryson Graber lost the handle. He's caught in the corner, and he stepped out of bounds. That's a Barr Reeve turnover.
One thing about Barr Reeve, you've got to be there on the catch. If you let them catch and shoot that three ball, they're going to knock it down more times than not. Run them off the three-point line. You've got to be there when they catch it.
So the Hatchets have it, trailing 5-0. And we got a foul, first foul of the game whistled against Barr Reeve. That's going to go against Isaac Wagler, his first, and the team's first. It'll be out of bounds. quickly into Hunter Gillian, and Hunter Gillian has the first points for the 2018-19 season for the Hatchets. It's
That was
5-2.
too easy. Too easy. Just threw it into him, and he laid it in.
4.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Gladish with the ball. Hands it off to Ainscoe. Now back to Gladish. He'll kick it over to Bryson Graber. Graber in the paint. He lost it momentarily, but able to get it back. Hands it out to Gladish. Gladish shoots for three and hits another one. I've never seen a shooter like him.
Got to be there when he catches it.
I'm telling you what, this guy, if you give him the shot, it will fall. His three-point shooting percentage has got to be high 70s. He just doesn't miss that often. 8-2 as Hunter Killian makes a nice move to the bucket, but he's denied by the Vikings. Ainscoe and O'Neal doubled up on him and knocked the ball loose. So turnover Washington, it's back to Barr. 8-2 our score if you're just joining us. The Vikings lead it by 6.
Coach Miller is all over the officials. Each time Gladish has put the ball on the floor, he's traveled Dwayne, but he's gotten away with it. So look for Coach Miller to really work the officials on that. Let's see if he gets a call here in the future.
It'll be out of bounds for Barr in front of the Hatchet bench. They'll kick it out to Bryson Graber. Graber across the timeline now. Hands it off to Gladish. Gladish to Ainscoe, top of the key, over to Isaac Wagler. Here's Graber. And now we got a foul away from the ball, and it's going to be against the Vikings.
Offensive foul on a screen trying to get Gabe Gladish open. Can't blame the Vikings for wanting to do that.
That's going against Keegan O'Neal, his first, team second. Out of bounds for the Hatchets. 3.5 to go, opening period, 8-2 in favor of Barr Reeve. Hunter Killian has the ball at the free throw line, over to Grant Niehaus. Niehaus shot short. Trey Reed got the rebound but couldn't save it in. It goes back to Barr Reeve. Vikings over to Gladish for three more, and oh my goodness, I can't believe that did not fall. It was in and out, Kyle.
I'm not sure where we were at defensively either. We got to stay on him.
Hatchets catch a break as Niehaus drives to the bucket. He's fouled. Foul going to be on Gabe Gladish, his first, team's third. And that's going to send Grant Niehaus to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
You know, defensively, you always, as a coach, you have a game plan, and I'm sure that the scouting report has said, Gabe Gladish, you do not leave. You don't help.
You got to front him.
And we've got to do that. We cannot leave that kid as Grant Niehaus's first free throw shot is up and good.
Tonight's game coverage brought to you by Thompson Insurance, treating you the way you want to be treated. And by the Washington Chrysler Center. Big Black Friday sales event full swing. See the sales team at the Washington Chrysler Center for all the details in downtown Washington. Second free throw, in and out, no good. Out of bounds, last touch by the Hatchets. Barr Reeve has the ball. 2:45 to play. Opening period, 8-3 in favor of Barr Reeve here at the Hatchet House. Keegan O'Neal draws the double team. Picks up the dribble now behind the arc, needs some help. Hunter Killian giving him all kinds of pressure. He hands off to Isaac Wagler. Wagler drives baseline.
Nice.
Throws it away into the hands of Grant Niehaus, and as he's falling out of bounds, he throws it off a Barr Reeve Viking, and the Hatchets get it.
That was great help as the Barr Reeve defender drove the right baseline. You always want to drop on the help side on the weak side baseline. Grant able to snatch that pass, knock it off the Barr Reeve defender, and Hatchet basketball.
Good defensive stop there by Washington, so the Hatchets have it, trailing 8-3. 2:15 to play, first quarter on the A&R Home Center scoreboard. Tyson Wright's open. His jumper's short. Rebound controlled by Bryson Graber and Barr Reeve. Graber out to O'Neal, now to Gladish for three more, and he hits it. 3 for 4 from the three-point line. You just cannot believe the three-point prowess of Gabe Gladish, as on the other end, Grant Niehaus tries to drive to the bucket. Gladish takes the charge, hits the floor, and a foul called against Washington gives it back to Barr Reeve. Coach Miller needs a timeout. Minute 53 to go in the first quarter of action on the A&R Home Center scoreboard. It's Barr Reeve 11, Washington 3. We'll be back to the Hatchet House in 1 minute on WAMW. You're clear. Thank you. 30 seconds. Thank you. $15 seconds. 5 stand by. And go. Back at the Hatchet House with 1:53 to go in the opening quarter. It's Barr Reeve 11. Washington 3. The Vikings have the ball as play resumes. Isaac Wagler works it over to Gabe Gladish. Gladish at the top of the key, kicks it to Bryson Graber. Underneath, Keegan O'Neal fouled. He's going to shoot a pair of free throws.
Actually, Dwayne, I think that is 52 checked into the contest.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Quentin Yoder, another 6'5" senior.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kyle. You're right. Quentin Yoder in during the dead ball, draws the foul and hits the first free throw, so he quickly gets on the scoring column. 6'5" senior with his first points tonight. Makes it 12-3. Second free throw is up and in. So it looks like Quentin Yoder replaced Austin Ainscoe during the dead ball. Puts the team up by 10, 13-3 with 1:25 to go, first period. Trey Reed has it top of the key. Hands it off to Bryce Browning. Bryce Browning tries to drive. He's denied. Rebound into the hands of Hunter Killian. Killian with a reverse layup in for two. Hunter Killian good for his fourth point. 13-5 now. The lead 8 for Barr Reeve. As we approach the final minute in this first quarter. Gabe Gladish trying to get it underneath to Quentin Yoder. It's almost a steal by the Hatchets, but out of bounds for Barr Reeve. Coming in now for the Vikings is Jensen Whitmer. Jensen Whitmer will give Bryson Graber a breather. Tonight's game coverage brought to you by A&R Home Center, more than just a hardware store, and by WTHI TV 10, coverage you can count on. Long inbound pass goes to Whitmer just at the midcourt line. He hands off to Isaac Wagler. Wagler back to Whitmer. Keegan O'Neal has it. Now, one thing about that Barr Reeve team, they lost nobody from last year's semi-state run, Kyle. So they are stacked and they're deep. They lose nothing when they go to the bench either.
Very experienced basketball team, for sure.
Quentin Yoder hands it to Isaac Wagler. Now to Jensen Whitmer. We're under 20 seconds left. Looks like Barr Reeve wants the last shot here in the first quarter. Leading 13-5. Into Gladish. Gladish over to Yoder, and it's kicked out of bounds by Bryce Browning, so it stays with the Vikings with 7 seconds left.
You know, you take away Gabe Gladish's 3 threes here, and it's a tight ball game.
Yeah, 5-4. Hatchet's lead. Into Wagler. Wagler shoots it, missed. Rebound and put back, no good at the buzzer. As Keegan O'Neal wants that one back. That was too easy on his putback. And that's where we end the first quarter of play. After 8 minutes of basketball here at the Hatchet House on the A&R Home Center scoreboard, it's Barr Reeve 13, Washington 5. We'll be back with second quarter action in 1 minute on WANW. You're clear. Thanks. Thanksgiving Eve battle here at the Hatchet House. And again, 5,000 plus people here. The Hatchet band sounds great tonight. Let's give Mr. Hagan and his Hatchet Pet Band a round of applause.
They do sound well.
They were here last night too for the girls game. It was great to have them here last night as well. Trying to get the crowd pumped. Washington starts with the ball to begin the second quarter. Grant Niehaus shot, no good around the rim, wouldn't fall. And the rebound controlled by Barr. Austin Ainscoe back in the lineup, has it now. He kicks it out to Bryson Graber at the center circle. Barr to O'Neal. Keegan O'Neal picks up the dribble, works it into Gladish. Gladish beats Isaac Wagler, and Wagler underneath gets it in for two. That's Isaac's first points tonight. Makes it 15-5, the lead back to 10 for Barr. Bryce Browning trying to get it to Hunter Killian, not there, denied by O'Neal, and on the fast break, Barr got a little too anxious there as Wagler got underneath the bucket, tried to throw it up in midair, couldn't get it, and the Hatchets have it back. So a nice break there for Washington.
Dodged a bullet there for sure.
Barr had the right idea. 6:44 to go. There's a three by Niehaus. No good, but he is fouled. And Grant Niehaus is going to get 3 free throws.
That'll be Gladish's second foul. I'm sure Coach Thompson may get him out here so he doesn't pick up a third here in the second quarter, but definitely a positive for the Hatchets if Gladish has to come out.
Not to mention 3 free throws for Grant Niehaus. The first one is good. Niehaus had, as we mentioned, a tremendous scrimmage last Saturday. Makes it 15-6. Second free throw is up and good. 15-7 as we see Hagan Knepp into the lineup now for Barr.
I'd really like to see Washington pick them up. I know they're an experienced ball club, but I'd like to see us pick them up full court, Dwayne, and make them work a little bit.
All 3 free throws good for Niehaus. He's 4 for 5 at the line, and he makes it 15-8. Barr leads by 7. Vikings with the ball back. 6.5 to play in this first half. So it's Bryson Graber, Isaac Wagler, Austin Ainscoe, Hagan Knepp, and Keegan O'Neal on the floor for the Vikings. Grant Niehaus, Trey Reed, Hunter Killian.
Great job by the Hatchet.
Tyson Wright, and into the lineup checking in during the dead ball, Julius Hardiman. It's great to see Julius in the lineup. He was wearing a boot last night, so he had an ankle injury during practice, but he is here to play tonight. So a turnover for Barr, the ball back to Washington. They try to cut into that 7-point Viking lead. Reed has it, off to Hunter Killian. Killian sets, shoots, no good. Rebound for Ainscoe and the Vikings. Graber up the floor to a cutting Isaac Wagler, now to Keegan O'Neal. He sets for 3, can't get it. Rebound though to Ainscoe, second chance Barr. Reeve. Bryson Graber with the runner, he can't get it, and this time Hunter Killian pulls down the board. There's a nice cut to the basket, backdoor cut by Tyson Wright. He gets his first points, and now the Barr lead is 5. 15-10. Washington with a mini run here, Kyle.
Yes, playing very well on the defensive end. Anytime O'Neal gets it, they're doubling him. Going to get a little touch foul on the post on Hunter Killian.
It's going on Hunter. Team's 3rd foul, and that is Hunter's first, I believe, yes. As Quentin Yoder will check back in now for Barr, and Austin Ainscoe sets back down for the Vikings. 5:05 to play, first half, 15-10. Barr leads by 5. They have the ball out of bounds underneath their basket. Graber gets it in to O'Neal. Now Bryson thought about the 3. Boy, they're giving him that, Kyle. Instead, he drives to the bucket. His shot is short. And the rebound to Trey Reed. Fast break.
Boy, we had great hustle there by number 34, Hagan Knepp. If it wasn't for that, we had an easy layup.
He stopped it, yeah. See, that's what we need. There's no player faster on the floor, I don't think, than Grant Niehaus right now. That kid is quick. We can get him to break free on a couple fast breaks. That can make this a new ball game. That's what the intent was there. Niehaus, no, rebound. Hunter Killian, he's fouled as he hits the floor and bumped by Hagan Knepp, so it'll stay with Washington. Good hustle there by Killian.
Yes, great job. Going to give Washington another chance. We need to capitalize here.
Out of bounds for the Hatchets. Niehaus will trigger it in. Gets it to Julius Hardiman, now to Tyson Wright. Off to Niehaus. Niehaus to Hardiman. Hardiman to Trey Reeve, top of the key. Reeve, travel is the call. Wow. And Coach Miller argues that one.
Not happy.
I'll tell you what.
He's thought Barr Reeve's gotten away with about 4 or 5 of those, and Washington gets nailed on it real quick.
Bryson Graber picks up the dribble now behind the arc, looks into Keegan O'Neal. O'Neal had it batted out of bounds by Trey Reed from behind. It'll stay with the Vikings, but a good help defense there by Trey.
Yeah, anytime O'Neal gets it in the post, it's an automatic double. He turned it over the last time he had it. Washington looking to make that happen again.
Isaac Wagler gets the... Now Bryson Graber's open for 3, and he hits it. Bryson Graber connects. That's the 4th three-pointer of the game for Barr Reeve, the first for Bryson.
Washington quickly down the floor. Niehaus, like you mentioned, gets a run out.
And Grant Niehaus connects for the bucket. And we got a timeout by Coach Thompson and the Vikings.
Momentum's kind of swung a little bit here, Dwayne.
Niehaus has 5 this quarter, 6 overall. It's 18-12 if you're just joining us. Barr Reeve and Washington in the Thanksgiving Eve showdown. We'll keep it here. Remind you, tonight's game coverage brought to you by Bill Dobson Ford. A Dobson deal is a better deal. By your Edward Jones Financial Advisors, Sarah Browning, Doug Bubalo, and Scott Cordova. And by the Donaldson Insurance Agency with Donaldson's your number 1. JV game tonight went to Barr Reeve. They won the first meeting 64-38. But this one, the varsity, far from over. 4 minutes left in the first half. It's Barr Reeve 18, Washington 12. We'll welcome our listeners online at WAMW, AMFM.com, and on the video stream on YouTube at WHSH Broadcasting, thanks to the radio TV class here at Washington High School. Kick over to Bryson Graber. Graber looking for the lob into Quentin Yoder. Yoder may have got away with a travel, but he is denied the bucket. The loose ball falls right into the hands of Keegan O'Neal, and he gets to. Man, that's a tough break for Washington. They played great defense there. But the Vikings catch a break and get the loose ball and put it through. 20-12 now. Looking into Hunter Killian, and Keegan O'Neal is whistled for a reach-in foul. And the Viking fans don't like it. That's at least 2, Kyle. Maybe 3. We'll see. It's 2. 2 on O'Neal. And he's going to have to sit down as Austin Ainscoe quickly checks in for Barr Reeve.
Washington really needs to capitalize on this last.
Tyson Wright has it now in front of the Viking bench. Tyson over to Julius Hardiman. Now to Niehaus. Niehaus can't get it. Around the rim, rebound to Quentin Yoder and the Vikings. 22-14, still 8 points separating the teams here in the first half with 2:20 left to play. Yoder will slow things, Bryson Graber slows things down as he saw some running room and took it to the hoop, missed it. Outlet pass to Niehaus, now Niehaus running and gets two. This is what I said, Kyle. Yep. There's no faster player on the floor than Grant. We got to use his speed and get those fast breaks.
Got to get it out, and you're right. Washington, that's why I'd like to see Washington pick them up full court, see if they can't create a little up and down game here.
22-16, the lead 6 now for Barr Reeve. Minute 45 left. Bryson Graber hands off to Ainscoe. Back to Bryson in front of Coach Miller and the Hatchet bench. Looks like Barr Reeve wants to be patient here.
Sure, half-court offense. They run their stuff very well, very methodical, get what they want as Wagler hits three.
They are a three-point shooting team. 3, 4, 5 threes in this first half. Grant Niehaus missed on the other end. Back to Barr Reeve with a minute left in the opening half. It's the Vikings 25, Washington 16. You take away those 3-pointers from Barr Reeve, that's the difference right now. 5 of them. It counts for 15 points. Left-handed three, make it 6. As this time Hagen Knepp hits one. That's 18 of the 28 points behind the arc.
Got to run them off the line.
And almost, it is a steal by Hagen Knepp, and he'll get it. Hagen Knepp gets the steal and the lay-in, 30-16. So what was 6 points quickly jumps to 14 in favor of Barr Reeve.
Not how the Hatchets wanted to end the half, for sure.
With 28 seconds left. Tyson Wright now holds it. Washington wants to take the last shot. .12 seconds left. Ball loose on the floor, still loose. Traveling is the call. Or out of bounds by Hagen Knepp.
Great hustle by both those kids.
In for the final 5 seconds, Bryce Browning returns. Coming in for Barr Reeve is Jensen Whitmer. Let's see if the Hatchets can hit one at the buzzer. That'd be nice, little momentum.
Need something here to end the half on a positive note.
.30-16, we got some sweat on the floor they want to wipe up over on the far side. Gives us time to thank our sponsors, the Donaldson Insurance Agency. With Donaldson's your number one. Talked to John Newton today. He was busy grilling burgers all night last night. They've got barbecue burgers here tonight, as well as Martha's famous Coney sauce. So John and Martha Newton head up the Hatchet Boys Booster Club, do a tremendous job. Be sure to hit the concession stand during halftime. Browning to Reed at the buzzer, no good, and that's where we stand in the first half. One half in the books of the 2018 and 19 boys basketball season, and right now Barr Reeve in control on the A&R Home Center scoreboard. It's the Vikings 30, the Washington Hatchets 16. Our halftime show coming your way after this 2-minute timeout on WAMW.
You're clear.
Thank you. See Coach Miller make one of those. I really look for the Hatchets to come out to bring some pressure in the second half.
I'd love to get after it, Dwayne. Just pick them up. Try to get this game going up and down the floor. Half-court set. Barr Reeve's very methodical. They work the basketball. They usually get what they want to get on the offense in the half-court set. I think if we can look to try to speed them up, you know, you're going to force some quicker shots, maybe some shots that they may not normally take because they feel like they're open, and just try to speed them up a little bit.
You cannot give them the three ball. That's a definite.
You got to be there when they catch it. They were 6 out of 10, 60%.
Wow.
Gladish set almost all the second quarter. He's their best shooter. He's 3 out of 4, as you mentioned early in the game. You cannot leave that kid open. He's going to knock down the shot. So, you know, defensively, we got to be there on the catch. We can't wait till they catch the basketball because they're already going to be firing it, and it's going to go down if they're open. So Washington's just got to make a few adjustments, hit the basket. We're only shooting 30% in the first half. Again, we've got to be able to put the ball in the basket if we're going to want to compete night in and night out.
We got to find some scores, too. We got 3 players in the scoring column. Grant Niehaus leads the way with 8 at the midway point. 4 points for Tyson Wright and 4 for Hunter Killian. That's the scoring for the Hatchets in the first half. Nobody in double figures yet. 8 for Grant Niehaus, 4 for Tyson Wright, 4 for Hunter Killian. For Barr Reeve, a little different story as they have 6 players scoring. 9 for Gabe Gladish, all from the three-point arc. 3 for 4 from three-point land for Gladish. And as you mentioned, he set out most of that second quarter. Gladish has 9, 7 points for Bryson Graber. Then it's 5 points for Isaac Wagler, 5 points for Austin Ainscoe, 2 points apiece for Keegan O'Neal, and 2 points for Quentin Yoder. So one thing the Hatchets have done, they shut down the big man underneath nicely. They were doubling up on him. He was denied big time, but Barr Reeve made him pay from the outside in that first half.
Sure. They did knock down some shots.
Team stats for both teams now in this first half. Kyle, what you got?
Barr Reeve, they are 5 out of 10 from two-point range for 50%, 6 out of 10 from 3 for 60%. They had 4 offensive rebounds, 11 defensive rebounds. They are perfect from the line as Quentin Yoder is 2 out of 2 for 100%, and they had 5 first-half turnovers. For your Hatchets, they are 6 out of 18 from two-point range for just 30%, 0 out of 2 from three-point range for 0%. 3 offensive rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds. They are 4 out of 5 from the foul line, all of those coming from junior guard Grant Niehaus for 80%. And they had also 5 first-half turnovers. So both teams pretty well taking care of the basketball. Just one team hitting the basket a little bit better than the other. And we have a 14-point lead for Barr Reeve, 30-16 at the half.
We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout from the Hatchet House on WAMW. set for the second half of play. It's all about the adjustments, Kyle. And you know, I'm sitting here and I look at a 30-16 game. I'm not discouraged by what we saw from the Hatchets in the first half. Defensively, we made some nice stops, especially on the big men underneath. Give Barr Reeve the credit. You know, they're a veteran ball club, and they can shoot lights out. I mean, take away the three-pointers, this is an even ball game.
Yeah, they've made shots, and Washington has it. I mean, both teams have taken care of the basketball. Defensively, I think both teams have played pretty well, other than Washington's inability to be there on the catch. I'll say it time and time again throughout this broadcast, you've got to be there when they catch the basketball. You cannot let them catch and shoot the ball. You got to run them off, make them put the ball on the floor. They're a typical Barr Reeve team. They're catch and shoot. That's all they do.
They can do it, and they can do it well. I mean,
do.
it's you know, it's elementary. It's right there. And, you know, I call it elementary because they play at elementary. It all starts with Barr Reeve. I think they start at kindergarten. I joke with Coach Thompson during his pregame interview, they get the basketball out of the womb at Barr Reeve.
Yeah, or they don't come home from the hospital until they can play two sports.
That's how you build success, ladies and gentlemen. That's what Barr Reeve does well. The Vikings start with the basketball to begin this second half of play. Bryson Graber picks it up top of the key, hands off to Keegan O'Neal. Keegan, oh.
Wow, that's good defense. Referee saw it a little differently.
Trey Reed whistled for a reach in.
O'Neal caught it out on the wing and took it into the post, and Trey Reed followed him down and caught it on the spin, but they got him with the foul.
It's inbounded to, denied by Bryce Browning. Good job by the Hatchet senior. Fast break, Washington. Trey Reed connects for two.
Ball doesn't lie. Wasn't a foul, so we got the steal off the inbound, right?
30-18 now, the lead 12 for Barr Reeve. 30 seconds into this third quarter. Gabe Gladish in the lineup playing with two fouls. Kicks it out, top of the key to Bryson Graber, all alone for three, and he hits it again.
Where were we?
Nobody there. Bryson had all kinds of room. His second three-pointer, he's in double figures with 10, 33-18. Bryce Browning, shot up, off the mark on the rebound. It's into the hands of Barr Reeve. Browning now directing traffic. Tonight's game brought to you by Freddie Energy, fueling your everyday life. By Myers LP Gas, Highway 57 north of Washington. Barr Reeve very patient here, trying to get it into the big man. Denied again by Trey Reed. Good defense there by the sophomore Reed. He's done that twice now.
Done it very nicely, and I think Keegan O'Neal just picked up a frustration foul. It's going to be his third. He's going to come out as Yoder's going to check in for him. Frustration foul, picking up a foul 84 feet from the basket. So Washington, look and see what they can do here on offense.
Washington walks it up. Tyson Wright hands off to Grant Niehaus. Over now to Bryce Browning, top of the key. Back to Grant. Niehaus into Wright. Wright makes his move and gets it. Boy, that's a nice shot by Tyson Wright. His 6 point, 33-20.
Still yet to pick him up. Little surprised by Washington.
Cutting to the hoop, Isaac. Oh, boy. Isaac Wagler was trying to get the runner. And they say last touch by Tyson Wright. Wright wanted that one to go the other way. It'll be out of bounds for Barr Reeve. The official had the better view on that one.
He did. Not that I agree with him, but he did.
Gabe Gladish inbounds it to Quentin Yoder. Now it goes to Bryson Graber. Graber over to Austin Ainscoe. Ainscoe to Gladish. There's Bryson all alone for three. Shot fake, then puts up the jumper. Missed it at the free throw line. On the rebound, it goes back to Barr Reeve. Graber gets another chance. He's fouled that time from behind by Browning. And that's going to give Bryson Graber and the Vikings the ball out of bounds.
One of those 50-50 balls, and Washington not able to come up with it.
.5:49 to go. Third quarter. Out of bounds for Barr Reeve. Ainscoe gets it. Now hands it off to Graber. Bryson feeds it back to Ainscoe. Off to Gabe Gladish. Gladish shot up and no good. Rebound pulled down by Bryce Browning. And Browning fought for that one. There's Trey Reeve, fast break Hatchet, shot fake, up and in for two.
That's what we got to have, up and down game. Let's go.
33-22, that's what Coach Miller wants. 11 points now separating the teams. It's into Quentin Yoder, and Quentin Yoder has the quick answer, his first field goal of the night. 35-22, Barr. Quickly, Bryce Browning, nope. And the rebound to the Vikings, and a fast break, and two more for Isaac Wagler. This time they take the run and gun. Makes it 37-22, 15-point lead for Barr. Looking underneath to Killian. Killian back to Reed. Trey Reed one-on-one with Bryson Graber. Reed doesn't get it, but he's fouled on the floor before the shot. Coach Thompson wanted a traveling call. It'll be out of bounds for the Hatchets. Tonight's game coverage presented by Ace's Restaurant, inviting you out after the game tonight for live music from Damian Baker. Ace's Restaurant offering lunch and dinner inside the Washington Country Club. There's a shot by Hunter Killian, no good, and a foul called against Killian as he tried to get the ball. Reach around foul on Bryson Graber. 37-22, that's the second foul on Killian. We're going to see a sub for Coach Miller and the Hatchets as Kyle Mann will enter the lineup now. Kyle replacing the big man Killian, give him a break. Hatchets in the white, trimmed in black. Tonight the Vikings in the black, trimmed in white. The Hatchet cheers section in the camo, as they always like to do on this Thanksgiving Eve battle. Big crowd, 5,000 plus on hand for a great showdown between the two county rivals in an annual tradition that will always be alive and well. Bryson Graber walks it up for Barr. Hands off to Isaac Wagler. Now it goes to Gabe Gladish. Gladish feeds it back to Graber. Bryson picks it up to Gladish. Gladish to Bryson Graber. Vikings taking some time here, looking for a good shot. Halfway through the third quarter. Now Bryson breaks free. Can't get the roll. Fingertip roll, no good. Austin Ainscoe dives on the ball. And a foul called, I believe, against the Hatchets. Yep.
Washington just not able to come up with that defensive rebound.
Fourth team foul against Washington. That's the third on Bryce Browning. As Jensen Whitmer re-enters the lineup for Barr, replacing Gabe Gladish. It goes into Quentin Yoder. Yoder's shot too strong. Rebound, Ainscoe, put back is good. Barr starting to pull away now. They lead 39-22. Quick shot by Grant Niehaus on the other end, and he's fouled by Bryson Graber. Niehaus can get up the floor if you blink your eye. So if you're writing your stat down, Kyle, you got to do it quick with the speed of Niehaus. This is what they did in the scrimmage. I know I talked to some folks that went to the scrimmage. Hatchets need to get up the floor. You mentioned it as well. That's going to be their key to a successful season this year.
Got to get up and down. That's I think that's their key.
First free throw by Niehaus is good. Makes it 39-23. Julius Hardiman back in the lineup now, replacing Bryce Browning. Tonight's game brought to you by McAllister Machinery, your Caterpillar dealer in Washington. By the Gill Funeral Home, serving our community since 1872. Second free throw, no good. Rebound to Wagler and the Vikings. Wagler off to Jensen Whitmer. Whitmer now to Bryson Graber. We're at 3.5 in the third quarter. Barr hanging on to the lead and the ball, or right to left on your dial for the second half of play. The goal right underneath us from press row. Ainscoe traveled with it. There's a turnover, an unforced error, giving it back to the Hatchets. We'll take that. I can't put my finger on it, Kyle. Help me out here. What are we seeing here tonight?
Scoring the basketball.
They're just hitting, and we don't have it, do we, right now? The scoring. We're not playing bad defense. They're shooting lights out from the three-point land, and we can't get one to fall right now. Trey Reed. It's a man underneath. It goes to Niehaus. There we go. Grant Niehaus, 2 more. Grant's got 11 tonight, 39-25. 2:45 in the third quarter.
Wide open, Isaac Wagler. Another three-pointer. Quickly down the floor, Tyson Wright up for 2 and in. Washington just not able to get stops right now.
I don't know what's going on here. I cannot connect. Frustrating, dang it. We went dead. Kyle Mann drives to the bucket, no good. Rebound controlled by Barr. Quentin Yoder comes up with it. It's 42-27 with a minute and a half to play in the third quarter. Barr leading the Washington Hatchets. Bryson Graber picks up the dribble to Quentin Yoder, now over to Isaac Wagler. Isaac out to Bryson Graber, and Graber is going to hold it. Now looks underneath to Quentin Yoder. He's open for 2. A breakdown of defense underneath there, and the Vikings connect for 2 more. They lead 44-27. Bryson Graber now with it. Vikings holding for the last shot here. 22 seconds to play, third quarter. 44-27. Barry with the lead and the ball. Graber sets for 3, top of the key, missed it. Rebound to Trey Reed and the Hatchets. 3 seconds left. Kyle Mann at the buzzer. Yes! Kyle Mann from downtown. And that's the way the third quarter ends. 8 minutes of basketball left on the A&R Home Center scoreboard after 3. It's Barr 44, Washington 33. We'll be back in 1 minute on WAMW. By 14, we have 8 minutes left to find our winner. Kyle Mann connect on a 3 at the buzzer, giving a little bit of life back to the Hatchets there. Kyle Mann can hit that outside shot. He was left alone and made it count right as the buzzer sounded. 44-30 now. Again, Washington trailing. 8 minutes left to find our winner. Game coverage tonight brought to you by Taylor's 2 Steakhouse in Oakland City. Voted best of the best in steak in Gibson County. And it is good. Don't take my word for it. Give them a try. Taylor's 2 Steakhouse in Oakland City. Neil and Betty Newton invite you to their place for lunch or dinner anytime. Pepsi Beverages Company, the official soft drink of the Washington Hatchets. Goodwin Seavers Funeral Home, now serving Davies County on State Street in Washington. And Tim Dant, Social Security Disability Attorney from the Law Office of Hayes and Dant in Washington. We'll thank all of our sponsors. They make it happen. We want to thank you for joining us tonight in this big battle with Washington and Barr Reeve. I'm Dwayne Shake along with Kyle Cornelius, and the fourth quarter is underway. Got to make things happen now, Kyle, as time is running out for these Hatchets.
Sure is. We've got to really pick up the pace.
Trailing 44-30 on the A&R Home Center scoreboard. Niehaus, shot up, no good. Bodies to the floor, and an outlet pass, fast break. Isaac Wagler's shot, no good, but he gets the rebound. Kicks it out to Gabe Gladish. He's open for three, and he missed it. Over the backboard and back to Washington. Gabe went cold. He just hasn't had a chance to shoot one for a while.
He hasn't, not since the first half. First shot since early in the first half. And Washington's going to have to score on about every possession if they want to get back into this.
7:29 left. Washington with the ball, 44-30, favor Barr Reeve. So it's Tyson Wright, Julius Hardiman, Kyle Mann, Trey Reed, and Bryce Browning now on the floor for the Hatchets. Mann works it off to Browning. Browning into Tyson Wright. Tyson connects for two more. He's got 10 points. 44-32. Isaac Wagler, guarded by Wright, hands it off to Hagen Knepp. Knepp looks into O'Neal, and O'Neal fouled by Trey Reed. Trey gets the job of guarding the big man underneath with Hunter Killian off the floor, and he got a bump foul, so Keegan O'Neal's going to shoot 2 free throws. O'Neal so far only 3 points tonight for Barr Reeve, which is well below where he's going to be this year.
Sure.
Hatchet's defense has done a nice job. Second free throw is good. So Keegan O'Neal has 4. It's 46-32. 6:45 to play. Final quarter here at the Hatchet House. Barr Reeve in control. Tyson Wright to Bryce Browning. He'll try for 3 and get it. Bryce Browning with his first points tonight. It's a 3-point bucket. Makes it 46-35. 6:25 to play. Gabe Gladish gets the pick, and a moving screen against Keegan O'Neal. It's going back to the Hatchets. I think that's 4 on O'Neal.
I believe you're correct. He's going to have to come out.
Quickly going to go down, take a breather, and Quentin Yoder checks back in. So Keegan, not the night he'd hoped for in his opening game for Barr Reeve. But don't worry, it's a long season. We'll hear a lot more from that guy this year.
Sure, nice player.
6 minutes left. Tyson Wright to Bryce Browning. He'll try for 3 again. That one no good. The rebound, 2 players going up for it, and it's out of bounds to Barr Reeve. 11 points separating the team. 6 minutes left to find the winner. Tonight's game brought to you by the Crane Federal Credit Union, banking on a Hatchet victory, and the Edley Mortuary, caring for you when you need the care the most. Here's Isaac Wagler. Almost denied by Trey Reed. Barr Reeve saves it in, and Gabe Gladish throws up the 3. Can't get it. Loose ball, hot potato, right into the hands of Isaac Wagler. He missed, and Quentin Yoder gets it, and he'll hit. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Just couldn't pull it in there as Tyson Wright sets, shoots, and scores for 2 more. Tyson Wright with 12, 48-37. It's not the Hatchets weren't fighting down there. It just couldn't pull it in.
Just got out-battled, you're right.
Coach Thompson wants a timeout. We'll keep it here. 5:16 left, 48-37. Washington trailing by 11. And I know Coach, my sidekick here tonight, would love to see a little pressure from the Hatchets down the stretch here. We'll see if that adjustment is made.
I just keep waiting.
You know, they shut down the 3 a little better in this second half. Only 2 3-pointers for Barr Reeve. compared to, what was it, 6 in the first half.
Yep.
And so far, Gabe Gladish is scoreless in the second half. The big man, Keegan O'Neill, has been held to just 4 points. So, I mean, you look at these stats, and you look at the scouting report that I'm sure Coach Miller had, the team executing what they needed to do. So what am I missing here, Kyle?
Well, they've got some second chance points. Barr Reeve's gotten some, what I would call 50-50 basketballs out there that could go either way. They've come up with those and laid them in.
They have.
That plays a role in it. And, Washington's ineffectiveness to hit the basket in the first half kind of dug them a hole. And, they played pretty even here in the second half. But when you're in that hole, you got to do something a little bit different to try to dig yourself out of it, and Washington's not been able to do that.
5 minutes left now. 48-37 in favor of Barr Reeve. The Vikings have it as play resumes. Bryson Graber hands it to Ainscoe. Back to Graber. Bryson, shot up and good for 2. Well, he's had a big night tonight. Bryson Graber, 6, 8, 10, 12 points for the sophomore. Bryce Browning is called for the charging foul on this end. That'll be his 4th. And it goes back to Barr Reeve. Browning tried to make his move. Now a little token pressure by Wright and the Hatchets. Bryson Graber breaks it, takes it all the way, and lays in 2 more. 52-37. Spin move, Wright looking to Hardiman. Back out to Tyson. He's got room for 3 and gets it. Tyson Wright, 3 more. His first 3-pointer of the night. 15 overall for the senior. Makes it 52-40. Gabe Gladish off to Ainscoe. Austin now out to Bryson Graber. We're approaching the 4-minute mark. 52-40 in favor of Barr Reeve. Gladish sets, shoots. No. Rebound to Trey Reed and the Hatchets. Off to Kyle Mann. Mann into Trey. Trey, nope, too strong. Rebound to Gladish. Still 52-40. Stick around for the post-game report brought to you by Kyle Cornelius, your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And by Sterling & Company Professional Corporation, downtown Washington. The shot by Quentin Yoder is no good, but the follow-up by Austin Ainscoe is good, and it's now 54-40. Tyson Wright is fouled as he drives to the bucket, and Tyson earns 2 free throws. Boy, Wright has had a good game tonight. He's been a highlight for the Hatchets. Senior with 15 points. Chance to make it 17 at the line. Post-game report will include the Freddie Energy High Energy Player of the Game, the Bill Dobson Ford Tough Player of the Game, and our overall MVP. Brought to you by Annaluke Chapman with Remax Real Estate and Heller's Lawn Pro and Heller's Unlimited. That's all coming up on the Hatchet post-game. First free throw by Tyson Wright is off the mark. He gets 1 more as Grant Niehaus checks back in for Washington. The second free throw is good. 1 for 2 at the line for Tyson. His first free throw appearance tonight. And now we have some pressure by the Hatchets. As Bryson Graber breaks it out of trouble. Gets it across. Hands off to Keegan O'Neill. O'Neill to Yoder. Now back out to Gabe Gladish. Barr Reeve kind of looking like they're spreading the floor a little bit here. Trying to run some time with the final 3 minutes ticking away. Underneath, Gabe Gladish works free, and he lays it in for 2. That's his first points of the second half. 11 overall for Gladish, 56-41. 2.5 left to play. Barr Reeve leading the Hatchets. Tyson Wright gets 2 more. 56-43. 18 points for Wright. Isaac Wagler looking to lob it into O'Neal. O'Neal missed it. Trey Reed there for the rebound. Grant Niehaus to Trey Reed. No, couldn't get it. Ball knocked loose on the floor. Who's got it? Grant Niehaus comes up with it. Over to Kyle Mann. Now to Tyson Wright for three. Oh, man, we needed that, Kyle.
Been nice, wasn't
Good hustle there by the Hatchets. Just couldn't put it through. And Barr gets it back. That's been the story tonight, hasn't it? Minute and a half to play. Gabe Gladish to Bryson Graber. Graber getting some pressure by Tyson Wright. Barr looking to run this final minute off the clock. There's a steal by Grant Niehaus and a foul by Bryson Graber. An intentional foul is called against Graber. So that's going to give the Hatchets the free throws and the ball.
Well, if you could have hit that three last possession and
If ifs and buts were cherries and nuts, the world would be a better place, Kyle.
Barry Watkins.
Barry Watkins. I can't take that one from him. Niehaus hits the first free throw. He'll have one more, and the Hatchets will have the ball. It's 56-44. Second free throw. Oh, short. Out of bounds for Washington. Minute 12 left to go. Niehaus will trigger it in front of the scorer's bench. Grant gets it over to Kyle Mann, now to Tyson Wright. Looks like Barr is going to open with a W here at the Hatchet House in front of the big crowd. Mann to Niehaus. Niehaus shot up and in. And a timeout called by Coach Miller and the Hatchets. It's 56-46, the lead is 10. 56 seconds left to play. We'll be back to the Hatchet House for the final minute right after this on WAMW.
You're clear.
Thank you.
No problem.
Got all the ads in?
Yeah, we got all the ads except for the post ads.
Okay, perfect. I'll take it in 30 here. Back at the Hatchet House. Crowd starting to file out now. 10 points probably going to be too much to overcome in less than a minute, Kyle.
The wheels would have to come off.
Barr Reeve gets it into Bryson Graber, and they do turn it over. Now here comes Tyson Wright and the Hatchets. There's a three by Wright, no good. Rebound Julius Hardiman, no good. Rebound Grant Niehaus, and he's fouled on his putback. You can't fault the hustle of this team.
They've worked a little bit. Got a little fight in them. I like to see that.
That's on Gladish, his fourth. The team's eighth. So one and bonus for Niehaus. He hits it, so he gets one more. Niehaus tonight has 10, 11, 12, 14, 15 points. His second free throw is up, and it's short. Rebound to Isaac Wagler and Barr Reeve. It's 56-47, 9-point lead for the Vikings. Bryson Graber got in trouble, got it out of trouble. Now hands off to Gabe Gladish. And Barr Reeve gonna run it out here. Julius Hardiman is called for the foul. Seventh team foul against Washington, so it's Gabe Gladish shooting the one, a bonus. Again, stay close for the post-game report coming up at the conclusion of this game. The free throw is up and in by Gladish. He'll have one more. 12 points tonight for the Barr Reeve senior. The second free throw from Gladish is also good. So it's 58-47 with 17 seconds remaining. Grant Niehaus shoots two more and connects. And Coach Miller takes a timeout. 11 seconds to play. Well, let's talk about this one, Kyle. In the final 11 seconds during the timeout. A lot to build from in this opening game if you're a Hatchet fan. We got the tools in place, Kyle. We just got to get them all rolling together, don't we?
Yep. I think we'll get there. I think it'll be a fun year.
You know, that's exactly what Coach Miller mentioned in his pregame interview. He said it's all a matter of how this team plays together. Yeah. A lot of these players, several had varsity time. A lot of them did not, stepping up to play some solid varsity minutes.
Going to be a learning experience here starting out the year, but overall, you know, this is a very good Barr Reeve basketball team. Take no credit away from them.
Cannot. We're going to hear Barr Reeve late in this season and look for big things to come and hopefully a great postseason run in Class A for Coach Thompson and the Barr Reeve Vikings. They've got all cylinders. They've got the bigs underneath. They've got the three-point shooters. There's a foul quickly, sending Bryson Graber to the line. Bryson Graber will shoot one in bonus. Again, want to thank the fans for coming out to support high school athletics. I bet we had, I've said 5,000. They didn't pull out the upper bleachers. It may have been 5,500 or even closer.
The lower bowl was pretty full.
It was. And, you know, on the new gym floor tonight, they got the new LED lights. It's bright here in the Hatchet House now, as both free throws count for Bryson Graber as he finishes off a very successful night. 60-49. Niehaus shoots the three, no good. And that's the final buzzer. The Barr Reeve Vikings will get the win over the Hatchets in our Thanksgiving Eve opener. Final score on the A&R Home Center scoreboard. The Barr Reeve Vikings 60, Washington Hatchets 49. Post-game report coming up after this 2-minute timeout on double. Stand by.
Yep.
Hatchet Postgame Report presented tonight by Kyle Cornelius, your Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance agent, and by Sterling & Company Professional Corporation in downtown Washington. Let Sterling & Company take care of your books. Our final score on this Thanksgiving Eve battle here at the Hatchet House, the Barr Vikings open with the win, 60-49 over the Washington Hatchets. Individual scoring. First for Washington, Tyson Wright led the way with 18 points. He led all scorers tonight. Grant Niehaus chipped in 17. Then it was 4 points for Trey Reeve, 4 points for Hunter Killian, 3 points for Kyle Mann, and 3 for Bryce Browning. 18 for Tyson Wright, 17 for Grant Niehaus, 4 for Trey Reeve, 4 for Hunter Killian, 3 for Bryce Browning, and 3 for Kyle Mann. For the Barr Vikings, they were led by Bryson Graber, who had a big night. 16 points for the sophomore. 13 for Gabe Gladish as he connected big from three-point land. 10 points for Isaac Wagler. Then it was 8 for Keegan O'Neal. 5 points for Hagen Knepp. 8 points for Quentin Yoder. 5 points for Hagen Knepp. 4 for Keegan O'Neal. And 4 for Austin Ainscoe. So 3 players in double figures, 16 for Bryson Graber, 13 for Gabe Gladish, 10 for Isaac Wagler, only 4 for the big man Keegan O'Neal tonight. It was Barr leading 13-5 at the end of the first quarter, 30-16 at the half, 44-30 after 3, and the final 60-49. Team stats, Kyle Cornelius.
We'll start with the Barr Vikings. They were 14 out of 26. From two-point range for 54%, 8 out of 15 from 3, 53%. We mentioned 6 of those threes came in the first half when Barr built that lead to go into the half. They had 10 offensive rebounds, 22 defensive rebounds. They were 8 out of 8. Perfect, 100% from the foul line, and they ended the night with 12 turnovers as a team. Hatchet's 15 out of 35 from two-point range for 43%. 3 out of 8 from three-point range for 38%. They had 3 offensive rebounds, 9 defensive rebounds, 8 out of 13 from the foul line for 62%. And they took care of the basketball, Dwayne. They just had 6 turnovers for the game, which is very, very good for this early in the season. First game out, 6 turnovers as a team. But the Hatchets are going to fall tonight here at the Hatchet House, 60-49 to a very well-established group of players at Barr.
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm not discouraged by the Hatchets' effort tonight. I think it's a growing process, but I think we've got all the tools there. As for Barr, Kyle, I'm just going to say this. Sail on, mighty Vikings. This team is going to be fun to watch as they didn't lose nothing from last year, and the only place they have to go is up from here as we can look for a late postseason run for the Barr Vikings as they are truly stacked and loaded and ready to go. 60-49 is the final. In the JV game, Washington fell to Barr 64-38. We hope for a visit from Coach Gene Miller to size up this game, and we still have to hand out the post-game hardware too. We've got the Freddie Energy High Energy Player of the Game, the Bill Dobson Ford Tough Player of the Game, and our overall MVP from Untitled Chapter, and Heller's Lawn Pro and Heller's Unlimited. That's all coming up. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more from the Hatchet House right after this on WAMW.